Hello and welcome to Gear Facts. Hello and welcome to Gear Facts. Hello and welcome to Gear Facts. Hello, welcome to Facts. Hello and welcome to Gear Facts. Hello and welcome to Gear Facts. Hello and welcome to Gear Facts.
Hey friends, welcome back to Gear Facts. Today we're talking about the Variphrase sampling on the Roland VA7.
So what exactly is Variphrase sampling and how is it different to normal sampling?
I'm going to say from the beginning that Variphrase sampling is a bit of an ordeal. It's kind of complicated, a little bit flexible in some ways and very inflexible in some other ways. First of all though, I'm going to show you its intended purpose, which is to record a spoken or sung phrase and use the keys to tune and play that as you go. Kind of like a manual form of pitch correction. So in theory, I could sing a melody on one single note and then play it on the keyboard, and that melody will track those notes. So I've got the trusty microphone and we're ready to sample. We've got 16 slots in the RAM memory of the VA7. You can save as much as your zip disk will hold, and that is advisable because when you switch off, all your samples will be gone. I am going to just speak the first line of an old song that I used to play in a band, and we'll try to turn it into something melodic. This is because I can't actually sing. Press the start button down here and it'll begin sampling. It gets better, things fall into place. So that's the first line of the song, and it's somehow appropriate for exploring this new sampling technique. Let's just go to the edit page. This is where we can truncate the sample. By default it's on the start position with coarse changes in the start point. If you want to fine it up, you can see the position is much finer. So, starting with coarse, oh, you know what? I've landed exactly on where it starts. So that was just dumb luck there. Let's take it through to the end. It gets better, things fall into place. It gets better. The end is almost right as well. But just for the sake of demonstrating, if I did want to change that, I'd click on end and reduce the size. Let's preview that. It gets better, it gets better, it gets better. It gets better, things fall into... It gets better... Yep, we need the whole sample length. Now that sample is available on the keys, but whether I press very low, it gets better, or very high, you'll see that the sample is all the same. That's because we haven't encoded it as a Variphrase sample, so let's do that now.
It gets better, things fall in place. 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 It gets better, things fall in place.
It gets better, things fall into
Play. It gets
better things fall into play. It gets better things fall into play.
Weird.
This is where we can calculate how that sample will fit rhythmically into a certain tempo. We'll press calculate, and that has slowed the phrase down to fit the currently selected tempo, which is 125 beats per minute. So let's execute that. This process is very slow by today's standards. Okay, and we're done.
It gets better, it gets better, it gets better, things fall into place.
So if I had a beat going.
Hello and welcome to Gear Facts. 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 Hello and welcome to Gear Facts.
Let's just try adjusting a few of these.
It gets better, things fall into place. It gets better, things fall into place. It gets better, things fall into place.
This is one of the great things about Variphrase sampling. Playing a high note and a low note, it's always the same length, which is great for fitting things into tempos.
It gets better, things fall into place.
Before we start sampling from another synthesizer, I just want to play some of the preset phrases that come on the VA7's factory disc. They're all pretty terrible.
Ha 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 ha.
I mean, they sound professional, but they're not very useful.
Yeah, ha. Yeah, yeah, ha.
Let's choose a decent beat. So you can see how not only have we got pitch controlled by the keys, we've also got synchronization with the tempo. It's very hard to get the timing right sometimes. So let's make some of our own. I wanted to choose something that evolves a little bit, so let's try this sample. Or this sound. It's coming through a little quietly, so if I reach over to the back, there is a level control for the line in. And let's start. When I pressed stop to stop the sampling, what it actually did was start the beat that was selected. It did also stop the sampling, but that's a bit weird. Bit of doubling up of functions there. But the preview says that we've got our sample. Yep, nice high quality reproduction too. Pretty interesting result. Let's try this formant control. Oh, that's made massive changes. We'll just go back to where we started. Portamento. Okay, I might go back and try to loop this sample. Let's edit it and go to truncate. Take a bit off the end, a lot off the end actually, and a bit off the beginning. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave the Variphrase demo, because I'll tell you the truth, guys, it's a very frustrating process, and the software and other machines that we've got to do this kind of thing now are much easier. The workflow is really, really clunky on the VA7. So I think we've got the point across that Variphrase sampling can take a monotonous sample and turn it into something quite melodic. That's the core point of it. I have to say though, that demo, which was only 7 or 8 minutes long, took me about an hour and a half to make, and a lot of that was sheer frustration trying to get through this menu system. Few keyboards have frustrated me as much as the Roland VA7, which is annoying because the potential is absolutely massive. A huge firmware overhaul would be really, really nice. I think from a synthesizer point of view, it's an excellent keyboard, it's a good performer, lots of effects, lots of great onboard things. The Variphrase sampling is really so hard to work with. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm very glad to sign off from this particular video. Thanks for watching Gear Facts. I'll see you on the next one.